Common terms that you're going to find when it comes to syntax is first language, which is a set of sentences, combination of keywords, the layout of what you're expecting the syntax to basically be. Now remember, we're talking about syntax here. That's all the possible sentences. Sentences are going to be the string of characters over some type of alphabet, and that alphabet's going to be what characters can we have, what keywords can we have, all the neat parts here. And I go over a little bit more of each here. Lexem is going to be the broken down of each, well, value that we're going to be reading in from somebody's code. And then we're going to have a token, which we'll go over here in a second. But the lexem is the lowest level of syntactic unit of a language, basically telling it what are these items going to do and what is their current value. So it's going to be really, really important that we have that. So all of this is done with a scanner, which I'll show you here in a second, but I still got to go over a token. And the token is the category of each of these lexems, the identifiers, the reserved words, keywords, identifiers, name of variables, methods, classes, etc., operators, and literal constants. That's the tokens portion of this to figure out what is really going on behind the scenes as we're reading this data in. Now, as we're reading this data in, that's what that, especially when you're doing C++ and all that's Java, you're doing this, which is a scanner is the one that's going to read in all of our code, scan in, and break it down to the terms and lists of lexems and tokens that you'll see in that spot. Now, we haven't gotten into the parsing and everything else like that in generation. Generation, honestly, that's for a compilers class, so we won't get into that part. But we will definitely get into a parser later on, and this topic and some other topics down the road here. But that's what's going on behind the scenes as we're breaking things up here, is that we're literally dissecting your code, break them down into the lexems and tokens that we're looking for, and then we're going to start parsing it to really make sure that it fits the grammar that we, well, have assigned and been using in our particular programming languages. So that's the next part up, is in the scanner, and that's the next part up we're going to talk about starting to do some parsing.